Hi, taking the advice of Super Pace, thanks very much. I've tried to number all the updates about the accident at Costco's, and so I think the last one I done was it was number 7. Can we trust solicitors and insurance companies with our is it now private documents or whatever? But as I was looking through the whole video, and I realized on number 6, I think I didn't talk about after 5 that the case was thrown out of court because of no one turned up for the application, and I thought I'll make this video mentioning that we did win the application, the appeal, and one of the points that the QC put forward was that it was rather draconian of the judge to make the decision of throwing the case out. What I thought was pretty interesting is, like, I was looking up about bit about draconian. I think it's like come from the 17th century or whatever. To think like with this case in 2007 now, this case seemed to have some remarkable problems with it, like judges making draconian decisions. I just wonder, not only the reason why the application was thrown out and the case was thrown out of court basically was because nobody turned up for that application. The solicitor, Vanderpump and Sykes, was supposed to, which was our solicitor at the time, which was supposed to do that job. They never bothered, and when I said to them, by the time they sent me an email telling me that the case was on the 2nd of November or something, I think like that, I didn't open that email that evening, and by the time I got it, it was basically nearly too late for us to make all these sort of preparations for court, inform the people that we should be informing of having to deal with this matter. And his answer was, well, we didn't get that notification till the day before, so basically what he's saying is the court didn't give it to him the day before. He emailed it to me, and thinking like, this case is for my wife with someone with a head injury, right? And she doesn't know nothing about the computer now because she doesn't know what she done 10 minutes ago. So when you look at the logic of this case, they've slung a case out, right, that the solicitor representing didn't turn up for the appeal, and the person with a head injury that didn't know nothing about the application, and this judge slung the case out because the solicitor didn't turn up. It's, to me, like, it's a bit boggling, absolutely boggling, to think that this kind of decisions are made in our courts today. And furthermore, what is quite interesting again, after the appeal was awarded, we won the appeal, and the judge said that I think Vanderpump and Sykes, I think, told me beforehand that they were going to pay for the appeal. To think that we might have had to pay for that appeal and all in court. But they said that but for the application, when the application was was supposed to come to court, and because nobody turned up, and that application that hearing would have to be paid by us. And to think that that our solicitor didn't turn up and to for the hearing, and he lost the case, and we have to pay for that hearing. And I talked to my current solicitor about it, and he's saying that he's going to talk to our previous solicitor, Van Department Sykes, about it, but he's saying that it's not, of course, not worth taking to court for the amount of money, which is, I think is over at 1,000, nearly 1,300. That for the cost of taking that to court, it is not worth the argument. Which is again quite boggling to me, but it just goes to show you, the justice that is going on in our British courts today. It's basically nothing but a joke, But going on furthermore about my current situation, I really came here to. This is all the loose ends that I'm tying up. But it's mainly on at present. I felt again terribly depressed again because I was told with our meeting on the 24th with our current solicitor, and I was told that I should get this is for a person with a head injury who can't remember nothing, and she is supposed to get this, right? All her previous people that she worked for, because my wife she was doing care work, but she went into domestic help, and of course she had about 4 or 5 different people she worked for, basically 2 hours here a day and 4 hours there and 2 hours here. And I'm told that they will be needing all their information, their address, their phone numbers, so they can get in contact to them, to talk to them. And I'm here thrown into a situation. My wife can't remember who she worked for now and where they live or what their phone numbers are. But I found bits of paper now of some of the individuals involved. One of them worked for I believe it could be the local authority or government, and she is into education. She operates on her maiden name for her business, and in reality she operates in her married name, which is another name, right? So whichever name my wife got, I don't know, is it the business name or is it her marriage name? And I'm supposed to be digging into these people affair that she worked for and get their phone numbers and their address. And in my other video, the previous video, is about can we trust solicitors and insurance company with people's private information. Here we are, we are supposed to give these companies all these addresses and phone numbers of these people that she worked for, so they can, verify or question whether she did work for them. And we're quite happy to do so. But here I am, we're back again to people's private information. Most of them are all ex-directory. And they live in, they're quite well-to-do people. They live in very private close. And one of them, I think, is a multi-billionaire. And to think that, the way our legal system goes, we are supposed to give this bunch of people that I personally don't trust at all this information, And they also want information on my people that my wife knew before her accident. That is 4.5 years ago. And also bearing in mind that all this information 4.5 years ago was given to the first solicitor, Royds. And the solicitor was Craig, I believe, Miller Craig. And but all this, we went there, the meeting, and first time he ever met us after the accident was a year after the accident. This solicitor decided to meet his claimant, and at that meeting we gave him all the addresses of this uh, people that my wife was working for, and all the hours she worked for each individual. But apparently now nothing of that can be found, and whether he's thrown it out the window after we went and charged us for that meeting at £260 an hour, which is it's just mind-boggling. And well, I find it's even more unusual is that my wife can't remember nothing now. This is 4.5 years later, and she can't remember. Well, she can't remember nothing or what she's done 10 minutes ago. Now I'm expected now to go and try to find whatever remains there is of all this information and collect it to present to this current solicitor. And I just wonder, what is our legal system all about. And I believe the current solicitor also want individual's name of those people who knew her and myself before the accident 4.5 years ago, and families, neighbors. We hardly have much to do with our neighbors here because both sides of us are the houses are rented out from individuals that we used to know, but they no longer live here. Some of them own restaurants, and one of them, she's a computer programmer that travels the country or the world now, and she rents it out to the council for homeless people. But about 3 or 4 doors away, we know a woman, because I'm a very, very keen gardener. I have hanging baskets all about 25 foot in the air all around my house, and basically, they used to remark to me that they really enjoy all these hanging baskets 25 foot, 20 foot in the air. But I ceased doing all of that after my wife's injury. I just didn't have the time to do it, and I was too concerned about my wife. But now they want me to go and see this neighbor down the road I hardly know, only just to say hi to, and get her name and address, and so they can call her or deal with her, or we need to go there and get some sort of statement of her. I just find this all so mad and stupid. I'm just about to go there, and I decide to make this video. Is it logical that we go down this road here to ask our neighbor, could you make a statement that he used to love gardening and all his hanging baskets that was 20 to 30 foot up in the air, and now he doesn't do nothing. He looks extremely depressed when he come out his house. He never leaves his home anymore. He's always stuck indoors. I just find it unbelievable what we are expected to do. And I'm supposed to, like my previous people I used to employ in my business that I dismiss, I'm supposed to go and get some sort of statement of them, or give them their phone number, after you sack somebody, Like I get letters through the doors for companies, want my recommendation for some of the people I dismissed, and if I think they're a bunch of tossers, I wouldn't even answer it. I wouldn't, run them down. I just throw the damn thing in the bin, But now I'm supposed to go to them, right, to ask them to make a report to my solicitors, telling them the sort of guy I was 4.5 years ago, the sort of person my wife was when they came into my home, and what do they think of us today? And I just find it's so mad. I'm stuck here and I don't know what to do. I'm absolutely blown, whether to go and drive around to find all these jobs that my wife was, people that my wife was working for, to get all of this information for them, of their address and their phone number, and going to my neighbors down the road to ask them, whether would they, would it be all right if we send our solicitors their phone number and their address. I just find it. I think there's something wrong with our legal system in our society. I really do. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Really, I know they're expecting me to hand this all in immediately, but I'm sat here absolutely bewildered. I wish y'all can give me some recommendation. I really do.